I just got out of a long-term relationship that ended pretty badly. How do I figure out if I'm truly ready? When you get out of a relationship, it is never a good idea for you to jump into a new relationship.
I've been juggling 3 different dating apps, and it's starting to feel like a second job. Any advice on managing this overwhelming stuff without missing out on a potential match? Because you're on the wrong apps. You should be on Astrodipity.
I was ghosted after a second date that I thought went really well. Should I seek closure or just accept that some people vanish and move on? I wanted to say some people are flakes.
I think I wouldn't even bother with them. Like, go away. Hi, everyone. I'm Cassandra from Astrodipity, and this is Tasha, who is with Astrodipity as well, and we are the Astro Divas. Happy 2025. Today we're coming to you a little bit late. We haven't been around because we were celebrating the holidays as well. I hope you guys all had wonderful holidays. We have an awesome dating site that is based on compatibility through synastry. So if you are looking to meet someone who you are compatible with, your sun, your moon, your rising, all of that you'll learn about by putting in your time of birth, your place of birth, and your date of birth into our site. And then you get to meet people that are very, very in line with your planets and how your zodiac chart is. Example, I am a Virgo, but I'm a Taurus rising. And most people would say that you are much more your rising sign than you are your sun sign. That is completely true because your sun sign is your core, but everything else is what makes you whole. Your moon sign is your feelings and how you express your feelings and things like that. That's very important. Your Venus is your love language, your love style, and how you like to receive love and give love. All of these things are really important. So you put in your date of birth, your time of birth, your place of birth, and that will match you. Our algorithm is designed to match you according to someone else that is compatible with you. But I want this to be known that not everything, don't base your life on astrology or anything like that, because you do have free will. We all have free will. We all change. But the reality is that the placements that you have are real. I'm a Leo moon. I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart as well, which is a lot of water. So all of these things play a role, but please don't base your life on it. So that's what I wanted to say. And now we have a lot of emails. And so Tasha and I are going to run through them, and I'd like you to start.
Okay, so the first one is, when am I ready to date again? Dear Astro Divas, I just got out of a long-term relationship that ended pretty badly. Part of me wants to jump back into the dating scene, but another part worries I need more time to heal. How do I figure out if I'm truly ready? And what are the signs that I should wait a bit longer? I have an answer.
Go for it.
So first off, when you get out of a relationship, it is never a good idea for you to jump into a new relationship because you need to heal from whatever that experience was, especially if it was a bad experience. A tip for you to know if you have more healing to do. When you think about that experience, if it elicits a negative emotion, sadness, anger, maybe you need a sangria, I don't know. Sadness, anger, bitterness, or resentment, then you know that you have more healing to do, because you shouldn't have an emotional response to a memory about a past experience. And if you do, you just need to heal. So that's my output.
It's the new year. You can have multiple ways.
Yes.
I agree with you. I guess it's hard if you're lonely or if you're missing a person. How do you get past that feeling?
Time.
It's always about time. Too many apps. Hi, Astro Divas. I've been juggling 3 different dating apps, and it's starting to feel like a second job. Swipe, match, chat, repeat. It's exhausting. Any advice on managing this overwhelming stuff without missing out on a potential match? Well, can I just say something?
Yes, go ahead.
Because you're on the wrong apps. You should be on Astrodipity. That's my advice. Go for it.
No, I agree with that. But what I would do is I would write down the apps that you're on, and I would focus on each app and pay attention to how your body responds. Are you nervous about being on that app? Are you excited? Do you feel at peace? Whichever app that you feel the most comfort with, stick with that app. You're not going to miss your soulmate. Trust me. Just because you went on one app versus this other app, if you're meant to meet someone, you will meet them.
I
But you're
agree
overwhelming.
100%.
Yeah, stop overwhelming yourself by trying to spread yourself through multiple apps. Rely on your intuition and pick one and just know the divine knows what they're doing. They're going to align your partner with you.
You should feel it. Yeah, you should feel it. You're
I
right.
agree.
Yeah.
The next one, ghosted and confused. It says, hey, Astro Divas, I was ghosted after a second date that I thought went really well. I'm tempted to text and ask what happened, but maybe that's a bad idea. Should I seek closure or just accept that some people vanish and move on? I wanted to say some people are flakes. That's what I wanted to say.
You're right.
Yeah.
You know what I would do if somebody ghosted me and didn't respond to my texts or anything like that? I'm assuming this is early on in the, chatting and that stage. I think I wouldn't even bother with them. Like, go away. Just be a fly, go away, fly somewhere else. Yeah.
And if you have to chase down someone to get a mature response about why they ghosted you, they're not on your level.
I do understand people that feel though, like what happened? Did I do something wrong? They get insecure about it. I understand that, but you shouldn't, because don't forget, you don't chase, you attract.
And that's not a you problem. That's a they problem. Let them have that. That's you just dodged a bullet because you released yourself from a very immature energy.
Dear Astro Divas, my new partner and I have been seeing each other for a couple of months, but we haven't discussed exclusivity. I'm ready to take things further. How do I bring up the DTR conversation without making them feel pressured? Am I just old, or do I not understand what DTR means? I'm sorry. I'd like to know. Can anybody tell us what DTR means?
Due to return? I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea what that means, but I do understand that if you've been together for a couple of months, my opinion only, I just believe in exclusivity in the first place. I don't believe in dating multiple people. If you're not ready for a relationship. If that's your thing, that's what I think. It's not that you haven't met the right person. It's just you have this need to get out there and date multiple people. I just think that if you actually have feelings for a person, if you really genuinely like them, you'll know instantly. And you'll find them interesting, and it could be attraction. It could be multiple things. And you would know, like within a week, do you want to continue talking to them or not? And I think at that point, it should be exclusive. There shouldn't be games. There shouldn't be any of that. It should just be exclusive until you're done with that person. That's what I believe.
It's been a couple months. And what confuses me is, if somebody really wants to be in a relationship after a couple months, it should come up naturally. And it feels like this is someone that's avoiding the conversation because they don't want to be committed. So I would just point blank come out and put it on the table.
I think it's a friend thing. And one of the parties is just not really into the other person.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. Okay. The next one is it still too forward? Hello, Astro Divas. I'm a woman who likes taking the lead, but some of my friends say guys might be turned off if I make the first move. Is that thinking outdated, or should I still play it safe and wait for them to initiate? No, you should be your true authentic self, and the right person will not be intimidated by your authenticity. Don't change yourself for anyone, period.
I think this person wrote in based on all of the videos you see going around now that the man has to stay in his masculine and the feminine has to stay in her feminine. However, I do agree that I sort of am old school like that. I do think the man should initiate, plans. However, if you're already past that stage and you're together and everything, we all have the yin and the yang in us. We all do. And I know that if I wanted to do something, I would certainly bring it up. Hey, do you want to go with me? Because you're the person I'm interested in. So does it have to be the masculine? There's a lot of debate on this, right? Does it have to be? No. If it's the right person, it'll be, yes, let's do this together. Unless you want someone who is that take charge and, unless you are that kind of person who just doesn't like to have any input and that person is the only one who tells you what to do, that's more of a controlling relationship.
Right.
That's what I think. Hey, Astro Divas, I've been dating someone for 6 months and they've already hinted about meeting my family. I'm not sure I'm ready. Is there a recommended timeline, or does it simply depend on when both people feel comfortable?
I think there's no set timeline because it's your personal preference. So if you don't feel comfortable, you need to ask yourself after 6 months of dating someone, why don't you feel comfortable? That's a long time.
Yeah. Or maybe it's simply because you actually are not the kind of person who likes to share things with your parents anyways. Maybe you're not close to your family. It could be that as well. Maybe you just don't think it's that important. But if that person is going to be your significant other, for sure, 6 months is a long time. I think at the beginning, that's when it's important. Anyways, you're all excited about somebody. You're into them. You're attracted to them. You like them, obviously. 6 months. Why wouldn't you want to introduce them? That's my opinion.
Total bookworm versus sports fanatic. Dear Astro Divas, I'm a huge book nerd and my partner's entire life revolves around sports. We love each other, but share almost no hobbies. Any tips on keeping the relationship strong when our interests clash? I don't see it's an issue. If somebody likes physical activity and you like to read, take your book and watch him play sports. I mean, to me, I don't see that it's an issue.
It's an easy compromise. Right.
I think, it's a
Go
compromise.
do your thing. Yeah, it's a compromise. But I was thinking about this a couple nights ago, thinking a long time ago in one of our podcasts, we had said, sometimes you can have a great relationship still with no shared interests. And I was thinking about that 2 days ago, saying to myself, I'm not sure if that was correct, because if we had absolutely zero in common, absolutely zero, eventually someone would start to resent the other person. The reason I was thinking about this is I was thinking about the amount of people in my life that love to cook. Now, I used to be one of those people, and now I am one of those people who don't love to cook at all. I've done it for years. And I was thinking how nice it would be to have somebody just always doing the cooking for me. I would love that. But what happens if you're with someone and you're participating and you don't like what they're doing? So you stop because, hey, you don't like it. You stop doing what they're doing. And then they think they're the ones putting in all the work. At this point, you got to think about you have to be willing to compromise totally to make the other person feel good as well. But if you are one of those people who just don't want to compromise in any shape or form, at that point, you really have to have respect for the other person, because you should have some shared values or interests. Some.
To go back to the cooking, so say the husband or the boyfriend is the one doing all the cooking.
Yeah.
And the feminine doesn't like to cook. There's nothing wrong with the feminine saying, can I chop the carrots? Can I assist you? There's always a compromise. Just because you don't particularly enjoy it, you do love the person, so you're going to want to help them.
Exactly. You're going to help them. I agree.
That's what makes the difference.
That's what makes the difference. Hi, Astro Divas. I've been thinking about dating multiple people at once, but I want to do it ethically. How do I bring this up so everyone feels respected and no one ends up blindsided?
First off, you need to speak the truth and say, I want to date multiple people. I'm not looking for an exclusive relationship right now, but girl, you're headed into a nightmare. If you are trying to date multiple people at once, you're going to start forgetting names. I just would not. I wouldn't do it.
Forgetting,
you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, how can you really get to know someone if you are splitting your attention amongst multiple? How could you really, on a deep level, get to know a person if you're just spreading your energy thin?
And then you're being a fraud as well, because you're not being vulnerable with them. You can't be, right?
You have to keep it base because you got too much energy going out. It's not going to work out for you. I would say date one person at a time. If they don't like you or you don't like them, if it's not a good connection, then end it and move on to another person.
I agree. That is the answer. There is no other way to see this. It's is this you or me?
I think it's me.
Okay.
Early warnings and dating. Hello, Astro Divas. I hear a lot of people I hear a lot about red flags, but I never notice them until I'm in too deep. What are some common early warning signs, and how do I address them without seeming confrontational? Hmm. So, what I would say to this is when you love yourself and you place yourself first and you start in a relationship with self respect, you're going to recognize the red flags because these are people that are want you to conform. They'll want you to change who you are. They will try to control the dynamics. They won't be, their words won't align with their actions. You're going to know relatively quick. Now, if you are attracting a very low vibrational narcissistic energy, it can take 3 months for you to see these signs because they're very good performers. So you just have to be on alert and know the signs of someone trying to change you, someone trying to control you, dominate you, and someone that's not a person of their word.
What if you are one of those people who like a more masculine, dominant male, let's say, if you're the feminine or the female, and he's not controlling, it's just he's assertive, takes the lead, things that a lot of women look for today.
That's different than somebody saying, "Where are you going? Why are you going there? I don't want you to go. You need to be back by this time. You shouldn't be wearing that. Your hair needs to be up. Your hair needs to be down. You should dye your hair blonde." There's a total difference than a man that is assertive. It loves themselves because they will have self-respect and that will bleed over into a relationship. That's totally different than dominance and control.
Right.
Dictating. That's a dictator. That's different.
That is. Yeah. Yep. Certainly is. Dear Astro Divas, my partner and I have been together for a while, but we haven't had a real talk about finances beyond splitting dinner checks. How can we approach the subject without it feeling uncomfortable or tense?
So I guess I would have to know how long have they been together and are they planning on getting married? Why do they need to talk about finances right now? Because they're not saying, are they engaged? Because if they're not engaged, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So I don't really understand here. Now, if you're going into a long-term like a commitment as far as an engagement, obviously that's something you need to talk about. Why are they still splitting the check? I mean, to me, that's kind of weird.
Oh my gosh, that was the first thing I heard right away. And for all the people out there who do watch other videos and everything, I really do like a masculine who takes over and stuff like that. However, I mean, I'm quite independent myself, so I understand that if I want what I want, sometimes I have to do it myself. But if I'm going to a restaurant, I'm going to want my lobster tail, my steak, or you know me. So that's the thing I heard. But you're absolutely right. If you're not engaged or anything like that, there's no point. Yeah. But if this is serious, which we can only assume, you shouldn't feel uncomfortable about it or tense. You should have that conversation. You need to have that conversation. And somebody has to be like, we both play roles in a relationship. One person is going to be stronger and the other person isn't in some areas and vice versa. But that conversation always needs to happen. Otherwise, you're not in a relationship. You're just not.
Right. All right. So the next one is living together, not marriage. Not marriage. Hi, Astro Divas. I'm thinking of moving in with my partner, but I'm not sure about marriage yet. How do we set clear expectations so neither of us feels misled in the long run? Well, I feel like when you're moving in together, that should have been the discussion you had. Let's move in together. Let's see how it goes. See if we're a good fit and take it from there. I don't think that you have to say, okay, well, in 1 year, we have to be married.
That's horrible.
Right. Yeah.
Mind you, I think it depends on your personality, because I am the kind of person when I'm with someone, I'm excited. I want things to move forward, and I'm not the most patient person. And for every little step forward, it just feels good. To me, a relationship, if you're not building or moving forward, you're not going anywhere. Get out, run. That's what you should feel. It's not all about the, roses and everything like that, but those are the roses, essentially, the building part, the going forward.
Right.
I think you should move in together. That's how you get to know someone. I don't think you have to get married before you move in or anything like that. In fact, I don't even think you have to get married. But I think if you're not naturally going towards these steps, why are you in a relationship? I don't believe there's any such thing as a casual relationship. I think casual relationships are almost disrespectful to one another. If you're like, let's say, friends with benefits or things like that. I think a relationship should be exactly that, a relationship. So you should want to move in together. It's got to happen at some point.
I agree. All right. Next one's to you.
Yep. When to bring it up. Hi, guys. After several wonderful dates, I'd like us to be exclusive, but I'm nervous about sounding clingy. Is there a best time for this conversation, or should I just follow my instincts and ask now? May I just say something?
Yes.
Why do you have to even bring it up? What happened to it being automatic? That you just are exclusive. If you're seeing each other, if you're getting intimate with one another, if you're doing the down and dirty with one another, isn't it just an obvious, am I wrong?
Not nowadays, unless it is spoken, then but you know what? For me,
So it's you've got to have a contract, basically. You have to hear those words.
apparently, I never had to ask that. I mean, Mark volunteered. I've deleted all my dating apps. You were the only person he volunteered. I didn't have to ask. So, but nowadays, it's like people have
If
to
you don't ask people, somebody might be dating multiple people, and
yeah, it's crazy. I know. It's like what has gone on back in the 20s, they didn't, that was unheard of. You dated one woman, one man at a time. You didn't have to get it ready. It was an unspoken word that when you dated this person, that you were exclusive. Nowadays, it's like, unless you got it written in blood, it's not exclusive.
I don't understand. Okay.
I find it very strange. So the next one is dating a friend's ex. Dear Astro Divas, I've developed feelings for my friend's ex, and the chemistry is mutual. We haven't acted on it yet, but I don't want to jeopardize my friendship. Is this situation automatically off limits, or could it ever work out if handled carefully? I think it depends on how much time it's been. What are your friend's thoughts and feelings? Because it's not worth ruining your relationship with your friend. I don't think so. I wouldn't. I would.
Right. I agree. I think, yeah, usually I would say there's a code, girls code, guys code. You don't date somebody's ex. That's my initial perspective. But then I can also understand if your friend doesn't care, then it shouldn't be an issue. If it's not a problem for your friend, then why am I making it a problem and saying, no, it's completely off limits? At that point, if your friend is fine with it and thinks you guys are a good fit and that friend has moved on with somebody else and has no feelings, I guess my problem is, what if there's leftover feelings?
Right.
For the other person. But in actuality, if you've moved on, then why can't you go out with somebody's ex? So my perspective has changed. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. So, hey, Astro Divas, I am a total extrovert who's out most nights while my partner is a homebody who'd rather stay in. How can we strike a balance that doesn't leave either of us feeling forced or lonely?
Well, you need to compromise. So if instead of going out every single evening, then block out half the time to spend with your significant other. That would be fair.
That would be fair, but is that person the perfect match for you then? Because at some point, if you guys continue like this and don't have a compromise, and maybe even with a compromise, isn't someone going to eventually resent the other person? Or maybe you'll just be okay with that and that's what you settle for. But wouldn't you rather be with someone who does like to spend some time at home with you and go out and share those experiences with you, as opposed to settling for this and coming to a compromise that you don't necessarily have to come to because you maybe just aren't meant to be together.
But, love is what love is. And
Love is what love is. Your heart wants what it wants.
Yeah. So maybe she really just loves this person. And let's face it, she may be young and she's going to grow out of the phase of going out every single evening.
I know some people at our age, and we're only in our early 30s, just saying. But I know
only 25.
Oh, sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I know some people and they still love to go out, and I just don't know how they do it. Just, yeah.
To each his own.
Teach their own. Right.
So the next one is, should I wait for their text? I had a fantastic first date, but it's been a day and I haven't heard from them. Is it too forward if I text first? Or should I wait another day or two so I don't seem overly eager? That's called desperation. Do not text. Somebody that you just met, they should want to be with you. They should be beating down your door to communicate with you. That, if you reach out, that is going to feel really desperate to me.
That's just funny enough. I'm that person. I'm that person that gets really, really, really anxious if I don't hear from someone within a day, if I'm close to that person.
Right.
I don't know if that necessarily means my expectations are so high, but I am starting to learn. It took me a long time to learn this, that the way you are doesn't mean that everybody else is like you. And even though I would like to surround myself with people who respond right back immediately and show that sense of urgency, or yes, oh God, we had such a good time. Tasha, what are you doing?
Right.
And can't stop. It doesn't necessarily mean that everybody else is like that. You have to let people come to you on their own terms.
This is a first date. So this is like she just met him, only went on one date. And
but don't you think girls are like that?
I mean,
Wouldn't you be worried if you think
I'd be like, no, because I know, well, I'm changed. So I'm not that young, naive person anymore. If I went on a first date with someone and they didn't message me and be like, whatever, you're not for me, I'm not chasing you, I don't chase anyone. So
I understand what you're saying, but I think I would be a little bothered if we went on a first date. Yeah, I would absolutely have a little expectation that they're going to text me something pretty quickly.
I wouldn't reach out, but I wouldn't reach out.
You're right. Don't, because then you look desperate.
Yeah.
Point. Hi, Astro Divas. I love staying connected throughout the day, but my new partner is more laid back about texting. I don't want to smother them, but also don't want them to think I'm uninterested. How can I find a happy medium?
So she likes to text and he doesn't. So then she just needs to come to the awareness and understanding that their communication styles are different.
Yeah.
And so then I would send him a text, maybe in the morning, hope you have a great day. And then maybe, once at lunch, on my lunch break, thinking of you, whatever, I leave it at that. With the understanding that you just have different communication styles and don't take it to heart. That's what I have to say.
Don't take it personally. And I'm the complete opposite. I would completely take it personally. Like what? Like what, you're not responding? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So the next one is dating app dilemma. My partner's dating app profile is still active, even though we've been dating exclusively for a couple of months. Should I bring this up, or might it just be an oversight on their part? Well, first off, I have to point something out. There obviously is an issue because why is she even going to check it? There's an issue. There is an
Good point.
underlying sense of either insecurity or mistrust. So I would need to know the underlying issue here. First off, nobody should still have an active dating app when they're exclusive with someone else. But secondly, what made you check it? What was the
made
red
you
flag?
check it? Something
Yeah.
made you check it.
Yes.
Yeah. That is the greatest point. What
Yeah.
made you check it? Like, there's more to this. Something made you check, obviously, and they're still on dating sites. Yeah, that's not okay. And could it be an oversight? It could be, but the fact you checked it, like Tasha said, it's no oversight. You wouldn't have
Yeah.
checked. You
Yeah,
are
there's-
wondering if he is actually serious about you. And honestly, you do have to bring it up because he's got to get off those dating apps. It's not okay, period.
Right.
And if he doesn't want to, that's going to be a whole different story.
Yeah. You know, I think that there's an underlying red flag there.
Yep. Sounds to me like you're right. Hi, Astro Divas. My partner wants to swap phone passcodes for trust, but I value personal privacy. Am I overreacting if I say no? Or is it wanting a bit of space completely? Sorry. Or is wanting a bit of space completely normal in a modern relationship?
Well, when you've gone through a painful experience, like cheating, lying, stealing with a partner that you gave all of your love and trust to, and then you heal and then you go into a new relationship, it's completely normal to, to want to have that validation that you have trust in this person. I know because I've been there.
Me too.
I've been there. And so for Mark and I, we freely gave each other. Do we get in each other's stuff? No, but we haven't. And so we freely did that. And it made me feel comfortable because of my past experiences, to people being sneaky on their phone, cheating, that kind of thing. So I understand both sides.
Me too.
Yep.
I understand both sides. If somebody didn't want to share their passcode with me, first of all, I'd be uncomfortable asking. I'd love it if somebody would offer. The offer itself would make me trust them.
Right.
And then I wouldn't have a need for it. Just that offer. But that's like you. I understand both sides and have been there. And even sometimes without even being in a bad, shady relationship, sometimes you can just be one of those people who have insecurities, and having a bit of validation will help you feel better. I think it's very healthy in the sense that if you guys really do trust each other, there shouldn't be an issue. I know phones today are, a problem in itself because we're always on our phones, but honestly, it shouldn't be an issue.
Right. I agree.
Hello, Astro Divas. How soon is too soon to talk about huge life topics like whether we want kids or how we vote? I'm worried about scaring someone off, but I also don't want to invest time in a fundamentally incompatible relationship.
Well, I would say if you've been in a relationship that is exclusive and it's been a few months, so it's headed toward longer commitment, then that would be the time that you would discuss it. Not once you're engaged, not once you're married. It needs to be once you're exclusive and this is the one. That's when I would talk about it.
Funny enough, I am one of those people. I'm so transparent. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I like to be transparent. If I'm interested in someone or was interested in someone, I am a true believer in being your authentic self. And these things would just come out of my mouth anyways. Like, so what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? Why does this have to be a big deal, like huge life topics? Why is it a huge life topic to know what your views are on things. This should be your conversation anyways. That's how you get to know someone. That's how you start a relationship. So I don't understand why. What are you talking about before that is my question to you. Coffee or the weather? No, but seriously, what are you talking about? Because I would lose interest very, very quickly in anyone who didn't have an opinion about something. I want to know
Right.
what your views are. That's where the interest comes in, I think. That's
No,
just,
I agree. It should come up organically. But
yeah.
so
Should be a-
nowadays, it's not the same.
And I guess different characters and different styles for different folks.
Right.
I understand.
So messy versus neat freak is the next one. It says, Dear Astro Divas, I'm an ultra organized and my partner is super laid back about cleaning. It's becoming a source of tension. How can we find a middle ground without turning every day into a cleanup battle? Oh, Lord have mercy.
I feel this one too.
Yeah, it's like, you know what it feels like? It feels like a Virgo is connected to someone that's very random. What is the messiest sign? I don't even know. The messy sign. But Virgos like things to be neat and organized. And if you have someone that is like, maybe a Sagittarius would be a little, not all Sagittarius, but somebody that's a go-getter that gets a thought in their mind and they just do it. They don't really worry about the things being so organized. That is going to cause, wow, I just don't know how that's going to work, because you will drive someone that has that organized personality, you will drive them over the edge because their safety and security is attached to the cleanliness, the organization. And so it's bigger than just not picking up all of your socks off the floor. And it's out of control for that person. It's life altering for that person. So unless there can be some serious compromise, I don't see how it's going to work. That's
I think you're probably right. Unless you completely change your character and get into being messy with them. And if you're the one picking up after them, oh my God, that's a whole story in itself. You'll resent them down the road for sure. Yep.
Yes.
Definitely agree with that one. My date thinks they're a stand-up comedian. Hey, Astro Divas. I went out with someone who treated our date like an open mic night. Don't get me wrong, I love humor, but it felt like I was part of their comedy act. How do I politely suggest they let me speak without killing the vibe or their comedic dreams?
That's kind of a different question. I don't know how I would, I do know how. I would be blunt. I would just be like, dude, we're not, you're not on a stand-up comedy stage. We're here trying to get to know each other, and you're turning every conversation into a joke, which
I would die.
I love humor. That's great.
Me
But
too.
there has to be some sort of seriousness here if we're ever going to know each other. I don't feel like this is a good fit.
Well, yeah, the fact that she's saying, but it felt like I was part of their comedy act, I think she's feeling disrespected or like she's being roasted. And it sounds, if this is your first date, and this is all that person is doing, yeah. How do you politely suggest they let you speak? Just speak. And, say something, because maybe they are being as funny as they possibly can because they really want you to like them. And I would think this is just that, unless this is their character all the time. And you just have to bring it up as politely as you can. And if you kill their vibe, then you're not the problem. They are. That's my advice. You have to bring it up. You would have to say something. I mean, at some point, a person could go on and on and on, and everything is a joke and everything is funny and they don't take anything seriously. But if you don't say something, they won't know you feel this way.
Right. Be transparent.
Yeah.
The next one is funny.
Is it you or me?
I think it's me. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, Astro Divas. My cat, Captain Whiskers, hates my boyfriend's dog. Sir barks a lot, and the feeling is mutual. Whenever we hang out, it's like a never-ending cartoon chase scene. I adore them both, the boyfriend included. How can we get these two furry rivals to peacefully coexist?
Well, the only way that you're going to tame the animals is to get a trainer for the dog. I don't think you can train a cat. I just don't. But the dog, you can get the dog some training. Call Caesar. Maybe Caesar can help him to be more tolerant of Captain Whiskers. But that's the only way. There's no, hypnosis for the animals. There's no, writing up a pet contract and having them sign it. It's not, you're going to have to get training for the dog. That's it. That's the only thing you could do. That's the only answer. That's all I got on that one. That was pretty funny.
I know that Tasha's the dog lover here and I'm the cat lover here. I love both, but I'd be defending Captain Whiskers right now. I would be defending Captain Whiskers. And Sir Barks a lot. I'm shipping you off to a trainer just like Tasha said, really, really fast, because you better like Captain Whiskers. I'm sorry, but I'm up Captain Whiskers, like poor Captain Whiskers here. Seriously.
Cats are sassy, and cats like to torment dogs. I can tell you that.
I disagree.
I
think dogs like to torment cats. Can we disagree on this?
My Zeus is out in the yard, and there's cats in the alley, and they slowly walk by the other side of the fence just to get him worked up. And the squirrels do it too. The squirrels
good for them. So I'm on the cat side and the squirrel side. Good for them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so pineapple pizza sparks a foodie feud. So I admitted my love for pineapple on pizza, and my new partner acted like I committed a culinary sin. They're all about traditional pizza, and now I'm feeling judged every time I order. Should I hide my fruit fetish or wear my Hawaiian sliced pride like a badge of honor? You know what? Mark likes pineapple on his pizza sometimes. I don't. Who cares? Why is it such a big thing? Who cares? He get his pizza, you get your pizza, and so what? It's just not a big deal. People
Do you know how many people roll their eyes though if you like something different?
I stand on it. This is what you eat, what you want, but I'm going to eat what I want. And
yeah, me too.
So be it.
Me too.
It's not a big deal. It's not if people don't like it, don't eat it,
Absolutely.
Whatever.
I'm a live rom-com. Dear Astro Divas, my partner adores big cheesy PDA, public displays of affection. Singing love songs in the grocery store aisle, spontaneous waltzes in the park, the whole shebang. I'm more of a subtle handhold kind of person. Is there a fun compromise here, or am I doomed to start in a live rom-com every time we step outside?
I think that's an open conversation. You need to say, look, I love that you're so affectionate, but I feel uncomfortable in public. And these are the things I do feel comfortable with. And just need to put it out there, because I guarantee you it's not being done to make you feel uncomfortable. This person just wants to really express their deep love for you.
They're very expressive. Yes. They might be a water sign.
Yeah. Water in my moon. I'm a Cancer.
Yeah.
Moon.
They might be a water sign.
So the next one is funny, reality TV role play gone wild. My significant other is addicted to reality dating shows and wants us to recreate them at home, complete with rose ceremonies and dramatic exit music. Well, part of me thinks it's hilarious. I'm also worried we're drifting into odd territory. How do I suggest a normal night in without sounding like a reality TV villain? Oh my gosh, this is weird.
Has that ever happened?
Not in my world, but if somebody was trying to get me to role play about a reality TV. What is he trying to relive? What reality is he trying to live? Does he wish he was on the dating TV show? I mean, I find this very odd. And I don't know that I would be down to continue with that relationship, because it just seems like he's trying to make the relationship something that it's not. I don't know.
Rose ceremonies, dramatic exits. I will say something though. As much as I've always been one of those people who not judged, criticized. I am a Virgo. Criticized reality shows. However, I'm a walking contradiction, because you stick a reality show put one on within 15 minutes, I'm addicted for that time period. I just get totally involved. And next thing you know, my brain wants to start picking the right ones. Maybe what they're trying to explain is maybe they want to do the dates or want more romance like the reality TV shows. Maybe they want the rose at the end of this. Unless her significant other is wanting 5 women, and I'm not sure. I need more information on this.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're just trying to have fun, how do I suggest a normal night without sounding like a reality TV villain?
It sounds like it's all the time, though. It doesn't sound like it's just an occasional reenactment. It sounds like every evening it's a reenactment of, I don't know.
You're chosen or you're not. Or here's a rose. I'm sorry, you're just not the one. I'm taking it back.
Tonight, I'm sorry. Not going to choose you.
Yeah.
So weird. And my next for you.
Me. So hi, Astro Divas. I discovered my date owns a massive collection of antique rubber ducks. Dozens lined up on shelves, watching my every move. It's quirky, sure, but a little unsettling. Should I embrace this ducky obsession or politely brace myself for a house overrun by quacking figurines if this relationship gets serious? Well, if you love him, you're going to accept his little ducks. If you want to be with him, you're going to accept his ducks. Some people are into Star Trek. Some people love Care Bears.
And maybe there's a reason. Maybe there is a really sensitive reason for it. You know,
why is it quirky?
Who knows?
I think it's quirky. They're suggesting that it's quirky because it's rubber ducks. I'd have to say, yes, it's very interesting. Definitely different. Right. But I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with their little quirks that would blow our mind completely. I think you should embrace it. I think you should embrace this ducky obsession, because some people have an obsession with Pokemon cards or sports or Netflix series. This happens to be ducks.
As long as he's not dressed up, as long as he's not dressing up like a duck, acting like a duck, then it's not going to make much of an impact.
Wait a second. We could be wrong. You just started. I've heard this expression so many times. As long as it doesn't quack like a duck, walk like a duck.
Right.
Because what if it is the duck?
Yeah. If he starts doing freaky stuff like dressing in a duck costume, the closer you get, that would be a totally different issue.
Run.
But yes.
Run.
Yes.
Just run.
Yes.
Got it.
So the next one is sticky note overload. My boyfriend leaves sticky notes with sweet messages all over the place. My fridge, my car, dashboard, under my pillow. It was cute at first, but now I'm finding neon notes everywhere I go. Do I tell him to tone it down or just appreciate that I'm basically in a pastel-colored rom-com?
I'm sorry. I love it. 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 So I cannot. Clearly, you don't love it. Clearly, you'd like it to slow down, but I love it. I think it's adorable. I think it's sweet. But maybe she's obviously much younger. If you don't like it, then it's not your thing. It's just not.
Then be honest. Before it makes you agitated, be honest. And just tell him.
Because you will get agitated.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Definitely.
Now that's too bad. World War Monopoly. So my girlfriend and I started having weekly board game nights, but she's become a ruthless competitor. Trash talk, victory laps, you name it. Monopoly ends in chaos, and even Candyland feels like a battlefield. Is there a way to keep game night fun instead of a cutthroat showdown? Cutthroat showdown.
You need to have an honest conversation. Like, I'm here to have fun, and you're making it into World War III. And
she's competitive.
This isn't fun. This isn't fun if you're going to, trash talk.
I'm the winner. Yeah, I'm the winner. So, you lost. I'm competitive.
Or you need to excuse yourself from playing the game.
Sounds to me like she's very, very, very competitive. And she loves games. I think you guys sound like she's become a ruthless competitor. I think you guys are made for each other. You just got to figure it out. You just have to figure it out. Like, I mean, some people are more excitable than others. If you can't expect everyone to react like you do. Not everybody's got a different character, and just if that's the way she is, and she's genuinely happy and loving the winning part of it, I'd be like, yes. That'd be me. But hey, I guess I can understand if I put myself in the same shoes. I can understand if somebody was, I'm the winner. If they were being like rude or obnoxious, well, but at the same time, I find that humorous and entertaining. So I can be on both sides. Okay, so you're or me.
The next one is Coffeeholic meets Pursuit. I can't function without my triple espresso, but my new partner despises caffeine and wants me to banish my coffee machine. It's a clash of morning rituals. How can we peacefully coexist without me speaking coffee behind their sneaking coffee behind their back like a
like it's contraband?
No, I mean, that's control. No one has the right to tell you what you can and can't do. If he wants tea, then let him drink tea. And if you want coffee, you drink coffee. If he doesn't like it, he needs to stop trying to control. That's controlling. No way around it.
I'm trying to think if somebody tried to get me to stop drinking coffee, because I have given... I am one to drink a lot of coffee. It's not good for you. You shouldn't, but I am that person. And I've been one to tell somebody else that they shouldn't drink so much coffee, if you can imagine. But it's not like it's not alcohol. It's coffee.
Right.
If there's no health issue here, then nobody should tell you not to drink your coffee. If that's what you like. I mean, certainly nobody's coming in and touching my coffee.
Yeah, I have a problem with that.
Yeah, I would have a problem with that too.
Right.
And this is the last one, everyone. So second date, flip up. During our second date, I blurted out, "I love you," instead of "I love your outfit." My brain just malfunctioned. Now they're looking at me like I proposed. Is there a grateful way to recover, or should I just roll with it and buy a wedding cake? Oh.
Well, I think she needs to address it. Look, I blurted out, "I love you." I didn't mean it like I love. This is a term of affection I like to use even with my friends. I don't want you to take it wrong. So you need to explain yourself because you're freaked him out.
You freaked him out, all right.
Yeah.
He's freaked out.
So
right, wait, well, maybe, but it's not talking about he's freaked out. So she's the one who's freaked out because she blurted it out, which I guess I would be too. I'd be, oh my God, what did I just say? Like, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. However, maybe that's the reason I tell all my friends I love you. So
right. Women are different in that way. I mean, we that is a term of affection, and we'll say, "Oh, I love you. You're so amazing. I just love you." And men are different. Men don't go around telling their buds, "Hey, man, I love you."
Yeah,
know,
but
they
this
just
is the
don't.
second date, though. You don't
I
know the
know.
person. Yeah, that's a little.
And so she
He
needs to
probably
just
is
say,
freaked out.
look,
Yeah.
it's just like a term of endearment. If I think something's cute, I'll say, oh, I love you. You're so cute. I don't want you to think that I was proposing.
Yeah, exactly. I would definitely have that
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah.
now before it's too late, before he does start to think you're
Before he
crazy.
starts running, he's going to
Yeah,
start
before he
running.
starts running and tells everybody, oh my God, she loves me. Yeah. Well, on that note, everybody, I wanted to thank you for being here. Once again, we wish you a happy New Year. Happy 2025. May this be the best year that we've had in a long time. I really, really hope so for everyone. I hope everybody has great health and wealth, abundance, lots of love, lots of good times, less stress, less worry. Anything you want to add to that?
Just remember that your thoughts carry energy. You create your reality by what you think, what you do, the energy that you're in. So if you want to have better in 2025, make sure you're redirecting your thoughts to very positive thoughts, and you are having the expectation that amazing things are going to occur in 2025.
Well said. On that note, goodbye from Cass and Tasha. Goodbye for
Bye.
now.